Hello, welcome to Pollute Your Soul here. Yeah, we're here with NukeSmurtha. Shouts out to him. He's an artist from the Memphis area. He joins the show to discuss his latest music endeavors and an amazing question I'm going to ask on this show. I'm going to reiterate this again because it's such a great question. I asked him if you could summon the spirit of a dead rapper and speak to him, who would that be? And who would the non-replaceable musicians such as Project Pat and Lord Infamous be? We talk about those topics such as that. We also debunk the theory that Migos influenced the rap game. We talk a lot about, the scene, the underground, how he's coming up. And really, you guys are going to love this fucking episode if you're a big fan of underground rap. Enjoy, like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get right into the interview. Welcome to the podcast here on Pollute Your Soul. We're here with NukeSmurtha. Thank you for arriving in this fucking realm, this planet. Thank you for coming on the show. It's been a long time coming. And how you doing, man? What's going on?
Yes, most definitely happy to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? A big fan of your show. Been definitely following as far as the content and everything. I've seen that you work with a lot of the underground Memphis artists. I'm definitely a big fan of everything as for your podcast. So definitely great to be on the show. This is NukeSmurtha. You know what I'm saying? I got to introduce myself. This is NukeSmurtha coming with your words of wisdom and street knowledge. Hip hop bars, you know what I'm saying? Come out from South Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Currently in VA, Virginia and everything. But yeah, originally from South Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to South Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can kind of get that from your music too, that you're from, you know what I mean? Like definitely, like you could, you definitely are a part of that whole revivalist sound. But obviously it's more authentic coming from you, because I assume you like growing up there. Did you know any local artists at all? As a kid, I don't know how old you are, but did you know anybody around you that was making music in Memphis as a kid at all, or how was that?
Actually not. I was a big fan of the hip hop genre. Um, Mainly like a lot of the throwback artists like Project Pat, 36 Mafia, um, DJ Spanish Fly.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, yeah, I mentioned Cool Man, Sniper, Sniper, aka Cool Man. I was a fan of his before I even, you know what I'm saying, actually knew the guy, you know what I'm saying, didn't even know it. I was listening to all these songs, one day I was like, wow, this is the same guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, most definitely.
Um, who would you say is the first kind of? I mean, it doesn't even have to be a Memphis artist, but first kind of artist you kind of got infatuated with at a young age, just started listening to all their albums.
Um, I would say, I would say, I would say Tommy Wright the third.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah.
a couple of them over here. This is the repress, but I mean, who cares? You know.
Oh yeah, man. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
bro. His albums
originality.
is the originality. Yeah, for sure. With the,
Yeah.
I would say about his albums is you could just, that's why I like that people in this kind of scene they top to bottom. You don't have to skip any fucking song, bro. It's just I like that though. A lot of people in the
Yeah.
scene, you'll see this. I know you've seen this before. Is they'll upload the full track list all in one file on SoundCloud, and it's I love that. Have you seen that before, right?
I have. I actually have. I'm on SoundCloud, seen it many times.
It's especially in the newer artists, yo, and it's with the fucking attention span of people this age.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that there's kind of a wave of newer artists just doing that, just
Yeah.
putting it in one file. It's beautiful to me.
Yes, most definitely. like that's one thing about it, hip hop. I feel, in my opinion, I feel that hip hop goes in a circle. You know what I'm saying? You got the mumble rap, drill rap scene. You know what I'm saying? I listen to anything that sounds good as far as music. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I have know is, especially with Memphis funk and underground rap, is a lot of it's coming back. It's going back to the lyricism, the kind of like the old school throwback stuff. Not so much though. It's a blend of the new as well, flow style and everything.
That yeah, like there's a whole everything does come full circle, you know, and that's the kind of beauty of this, you know, like I mean, I bet like even like it has to pull from something, you know, like rock and metal kind of had its own kind of thing where stuff like kind of became a little bit more like I mean in the mainstream like a little bit more soft in the 80s, you know, and then eventually like it kind of went back to its like kind of roots in the 70s where it was more like in the early 70s stuff was more like real, like the music was real, the rock music was kind of real. So then you'd find in the early 90s a lot of rock music was kind of I mean, you know, Nirvana songs aren't,
Yeah,
you know, lighthearted most of the
yeah,
time. Like
yeah,
that's the beauty about music though is like how generations kind of impact each other because to a degree when you're an artist you kind of have to seek mentorship through music, listening to music, or just straight up talking to somebody that's older, like you know, and they give you advice. Like, who would you say has been a mentor for you?
yeah. I totally agree. I think that it's more so like I kind of like going along with what you were saying. I think that it's like you have the person that has the artistic vision, everything. I think that when they listen to the throwback artists and artists before them, that it kind of like they had a vision. I think that whoever it is that what I'm saying, they like you said, whoever they as they look to as an artist, they kind of help them to be able to convey that art. You know what I'm saying, to make it match with what
Yes.
they're trying to convey.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you gotta kind of seek. I don't know. Knowledge is like something that's like you can find in many different things. The farther back you go, the more you'll learn. You know, like because especially like to think about how easy it is today to make music. When you hear some good old shit, it's like you know how hard that must have been. Like
Yes,
this
yes,
must have been so hard to make those
yeah.
albums.
Man, I've heard some stuff, man, that sounds crisp, sound like almost throwback NWA, you know what I'm saying? But it's got that new kick to it. I've heard some artists, making some really good stuff and everything. And I just keep it real 100. Like as an artist, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's constant competition, man. It's constant competition. Like, it's like where you'll think like, oh well, okay, well this song was awesome, I just did. Then like before you know it, you might have another artist, completely different song, but it just like it's like it's always where an artist is always expanding on an idea to the point where it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I approached this song this way, but I never thought about approaching it this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You can find a lot from other people's, you know, songs and the competition aspect.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got an interesting question for you.
Good competition.
Good. There is
Not
good
bad.
competition. It is. Yeah. Um, if you could summon the spirit of any dead rapper and speak to them, who would it be?
Oh man, that's a wild question right there, man. I don't know, man. I would say I don't want to say the one everybody gonna say, man. You know what I'm saying? Most people like, oh, Tupac. Like, I'm not gonna
Tupac.
say
Yeah.
Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know about 100 people probably said Tupac on this show, man. I'll say, I say, uh, man. That was bad. That was a real good question you asked me. I say, Lord Infamous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, cause he. Well, what's your reasoning? Oh, you know, yeah.
Well, he had a unique style and flow, and like definitely, of course, that like I really believe it was a big part in putting 3 6 Mafia on the map, everything. But his flow is almost it's so unique. It's just as unique as like almost Project Pat flow. Like I feel like there'll never be another Lord Infamous. Same way with Project Pat. It's only one Project Pat. Like it's people that try to imitate how his vocals and like try to like lyrics and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Project Pat doing the song himself that's completely different. It's because at the end of the day, it's Project Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the whole. I don't know. I'd be a millionaire if I had like a dime for every time I've heard a Project Pat flow stolen. Like it's
Yeah, man.
so apparent. And I hate when people say like the Migos are like like the most influential, and it's like, come on,
Yeah, come on,
let's go back. Let's go like
man. Yeah,
late night tip. Like, come on, that I mean that song in its own, like,
yeah.
come
I
on.
mean, no disrespect to Quavo or none of them, but like they're good. They're good. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Like, but it's like to me, it's like they really ain't show me nothing all that spectacular, man. Like for real. I like that they can, they definitely unique. They're unique in their style, so I give
Yes.
them that. But I've never been like just wowed by Migos.
Well, I was, because I was like, I didn't know anything about like this Memphis shit when I was like, how old was I when Versace came out? I was like 10 years old, bro. Like, so I didn't know jack shit about, like, I knew Slob on My Knob because there's like some Vine video with this naked dude running around. This shit was so
Yeah,
funny. It was like this claymation Adult Swim meme. I forget.
yeah, I
And
hear you.
but there was a kind of like a wow factor to like Versace and like Bando shit. But at the end of the day, I think a majority of that was kind of due to the genius of Beethoven. like
Yeah.
like
I mean, I get it. I completely understand. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with me is like right out the gate when they started Migos and everything, it they had it. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, of course, it's a very unique style, everything. So the style and everything was definitely on top of the maps, popping, whichever one you want to call it. But I think that after so long, it got to where it was kind of like it got to be I didn't really see them expand beyond the style that they started from, and that's why I feel like there could have been more where they expanded on the style that they already had. And especially when the group started, of course, when they started splitting up different ways,
yeah.
then now, yeah, then you got where a whole new issue, not really an issue, but a whole new thing in the mix, which is where you had the established style. Now, when you branch out like that, you got artists working with other artists, things like that, kind of doing their own thing. So wherever style flow you had, now if y'all get back together and as far as a group, I don't know how that's gonna play out. As far
Yeah,
as
that's a good perspective. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, I would say that, like, I mean, that reminds me of the You ever seen Sopranos?
yeah,
Remember when Chris is like, "Where's my arc? Where's my character arc?" Tone. That's something that a lot of like, not a lot of artists are able to find, like growth and arc. And I think that one person that has found that would be DJ Paul. I think that
yes,
he's since the beginning. Well, first off, he's a great creative entrepreneur. Let's just start with that,
yeah,
because he's one of the guys that was kind of running everything. He was producing all of the
yep.
albums, and he's in my top 5 producers of all time. Um, but there's a whole kind of thing where, like, he's kind of, it's come full circle. You'll see him working with a lot of the newer artists that are inspired by him or sampling him. You'll see him working with even family members of, like Lil. He works with Lil Infamous. He did a really good funk.
I've heard about that.
Well, I don't know if I should call it funk, but he did do a really good, like, cowbell drift song, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
it's
with
called
Lil Infamous, it was awesome, and
yeah.
it's just great to see, like, where do you hope that what's your, like, big music goals? where do you see your like music, like endeavors going, and what kind of goals do you have?
Well, my music goes with it is definitely I want I know I know when I first started doing hip hop, and I believe that's still the same goal. Where it's I want to I call it hybrid hip hop, and the reason why I call it that is because my thought on it was I wanted to take like I wanted to bring that old school flow, but then turn at the same time have it to have that new kick to it with hip hop. And then at the same time, everybody said it won't be multi-platinum and everything. Yes, that's I never set that as a goal, but my thought was like I always continue to test myself as an artist, everything like that. Constantly challenge myself because yes, I do hope to one day like oh yeah, get into the mainstream, but be like like do like mainstream funk music. That's definitely a goal of mine. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I kind of just take things by the step by step. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, well I'm constantly gonna keep constantly coming out with fire tracks like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time manifesting greatness everything. So I want to make a long. I want to try to drag out the answer to the question, but
No,
I
you're
say
good.
like yeah, I say
No, you're
I
good.
don't say yeah. I want to say like my main goal is with it is to yes. I hope to one day yes do mainstream funk music. Yes.
Yeah, like there's a kind of, but I did like what you say where you're kind of just focusing on manifesting greatness, and I was thinking earlier, I was thinking like how I was like obsessing over like how am I gonna make money with my podcast? Because spoiler, I don't make that much money
Yeah.
off of this, but and YouTube does not let me monetize it. And then I was thinking, you know what, like kind of what you said, like manifest great, just make good shit, just have fun and make good shit.
Exactly.
That's kind of like where it has that's always should be the main priority is not to like submit to the grind culture and it's all about the money. Like at the end
Yeah.
of the day it's all about that
Yes.
first time. It all kind of goes back to that first time you're at the lunch table saying
Yep.
stupid shit with your friends, like what I'm saying, just making fun
Yeah,
of
man.
people, rap battles and shit. That's where it
Most
goes back to.
definitely, man. You know what? I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with that, bro. Like that's been my whole thing with the hip hop thing, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying, is that, if this is how I am with. I take it serious 100%. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Especially when I'm working on an album and anything like that. But at the same time, if there's no fun aspect in it, you know what I'm saying? Because for me to be able to write, I gotta be able to enjoy what I'm doing. As far as doing the art and everything. But if you take the fun out of it, then everything, then like it's hard to what I'm saying, hard to be driven to get to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I do hip hop. Another thing I say too, I do hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, I can be sitting like, okay, I'm sitting here right now. We're on the show right now, right? And I could be sitting here. If there's nothing else going on, I start writing a song. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's the thing with it is that it's something I enjoy doing. So it's always have to be that fun. It's gonna be a fun aspect to the hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the laughing with other people or just fucking nodding your head too. Like when you
Yeah,
nod your head, dude, it's just like you're in there, you're grooving. Be present. That's the best fucking part,
yeah.
bro.
But when don't get it twisted either. When it comes time to like when I'm sitting there when I'm putting on tracks and I'm putting together, I'll be moving almost like Michael Jackson. I'll run that track over and over till it sounds a specific way when as far as the lyricism and everything.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm having fun with the track, everything like that, man. It's like I never get to where I'm like, I don't want it to sound like I never get to let it turn to like work. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
work. It's work, but it's not work. It's supposed to be something that you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Um, what would you say is a non-music art form that would influence your music, that influences your music or helps your music or in any way?
I would say, you said non-music art form. That's another good question. That's
Yeah,
another one I think on that one. Um, a non-music art form. Oh yeah, cooking. Because I yeah,
culinary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I got my own little cooking show and everything that I do is called Cooking with Lightning with NukeSmurtha. It's on TikTok and IG. And I've been doing that for I don't know how long now. It started off as something I was just kind of just like anybody's doing TikTok video, and then there, but I've been doing it ever
Yeah.
since. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, because it's good to always like create in different ways.
Yeah,
And I bet
well, like
that's
it's just like
yeah.
when I'm doing the hip hop. I was in there blending the ingredients, the flavors, everything like that, making the meal, everything goes together well. It's just, but it's always a little bit of everything to make sure everything just flows. Like say, like, just flowing together right. I was gonna use a metaphor, but I said I couldn't think of none at the time.
Yeah. 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 You could.
Flowing
Yeah.
like marinade, man.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
in terms of like music that you listen to that's like not rap music at all, like what kind of music do you like that doesn't sound like anything that you make? Like some different shit.
That's I got an answer for that one. Um, Heavy metal, rock music. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Pantera, it was a Soundgarden, Nirvana. You mentioned one of them.
Yeah.
All of Iron Maiden. I listen to what's the other group? Oh, I'm a big time Linkin Park fan. Big time.
Mm.
Yeah, Linkin Park, Slow Roosevelt. Some of these now I'm naming ours like rock groups that don't even well known like that. Yellow Card.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, 3 Days Grace. All of them. Well, Slipknot. You know what I'm saying? You listen to Melly, Slipknot. I'm a big fan of them.
Nice.
Yo, yeah, man.
That was good. It's just good to hear that you got that like kind of taste.
Yeah,
We need
the
that.
Stir, Drowning Pool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can go through some rock groups, man. I listen to rock music. Like sometimes if I'm done writing a song or something, if I get bored of like just listening to Memphis funk music or something like that, I'll throw some rock music in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It does kind of like sometimes you gotta change the color palette or whatever. Just change the fucking flavors of the day.
Well,
And put something else on. Um,
yeah.
but you said you have two EPs planned. What can we expect from them?
What can be expected is it's gonna be I know 2 EPs I got coming up. It's gonna be a lot of remixes. There's gonna be a few new songs included in there as well. It's gonna be some of the songs that saying it's gonna sound familiar that I've done before, but I'm kind of going back revisiting the songs and then making remixes out of them as well. You know what I'm saying? So the song will be a completely new. There will be new songs. I mean, got I got 2 EPs coming up. I haven't got names for the EPs yet. I kind of I just kind of figure out names for EPs, kind of like on like just kind of out the blue. You know what I'm saying? Just like ones that I can be
Yeah,
walking in the door somewhere. Like I'm saying, just arriving home and just all of a sudden the name just comes to my mind. It's like lightning. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sometimes it takes a while, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as you got that vibe, though, it's fine. Like as long as the project has a vibe that's kind of at least like semi similar, and the tracks are like organized in a good way. I think
Yeah.
it'll just happen. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Um,
Most definitely, bro.
and you said you're working with Coot Main.
Yeah.
What can we expect from that?
I like that you mentioned that. The Kool Man, he's working on his final album, so that's definitely coming soon. I'm not sure about the release date, nothing like that, but I'm looking forward to most definitely looking forward to finishing that project. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of that project. You know what I'm saying? It's me coming from South Memphis, him being from North Memphis. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Everything. I actually right before we got on this podcast, I was finishing and working on a verse for one of his songs.
Nice,
Actually, that I'll be featuring on it. I'll be featuring on it and another artist as well.
nice, bro. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Um, is there any more announcements about your music that you could say before you wrap this up?
Um, Well, I would like to say that most definitely awesome being on the show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the underground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still doing great things. You know what I'm saying? It's NukeSmurtha coming with y'all. Words of wisdom is street knowledge, hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? New tracks on the way. Stay tuned for that new season of Cooking with Lightning. That's on the way as well.
A very diverse skill set that you have, and
Yeah.
I can tell you're gonna be doing some great things, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, and stay tuned for his EPs coming out soon, and yeah, just let me know when you want to do this again, and it was great having you on the show, bro.
Almost definitely, bro. Awesome being on the Pollute Your Soul show, man. Awesome.
Yeah, and this shit is definitely gonna pollute fucking people's souls with some good advice. That's
Yeah.
what I like about this is like people can if you're an artist, you can definitely take away from this. I mean, or if you have any skill, that's what I just like to talk about, like the process. Like I'm not here to boost anyone's ego. I'm here to like just kind of talk about like the process in our lives and shit, bro. And I'm glad that you kind of like you had a lot to say, bro. Thank you for coming on and but yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah, man. I appreciate you having me on this show, man. Most definitely. Looking forward to another. If we want to do another show, man, just you know what I'm saying. Just hit me up, whatever. I'm down for being on the show again. Most definitely.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, comment, share, subscribe, pollute your soul, and peace out.